जब आप नीट के लिए प्रिपेयर कर रहे हो तो आपको अपने लिए बिल्कुल टाइम नहीं मिलेगा। ऐसे सभी नोशंस को तोड़ते हुए ये जो हमारी अगली चैंपियन है, इन्होंने रोज अपनी रूटीन में से 1 घंटा निकाला और मूवी देखी। और कैसे इतना सब कुछ उन्होंने मैनेज किया, आइए जानते हैं सानवी से। सो लेट्स वेलकम सानवी टू द स्टेज विद अ ह्यूज राउंड ऑफ अप्लॉज। सानवी, मेनी कॉन्ग्रेचुलेशंस। और मतलब और कोई सवाल नहीं है, मैं तो सबसे पहले जानना चाहती हूँ कि कैसे आपने मैनेज किया है अपना शेड्यूल और रोज 1 घंटा निकाल के मूवी देखी है।
So actually classes and stuff, it can be physically and mentally taxing, and you need to keep your sanity intact somehow. So you can choose any hobby of your time. I'm a big movie buff, so personally I used to watch half a movie every day. And yeah, my sleep habits were a little erratic, but sometimes you need a little fun also. So
weren't your parents concerned with this fact? Because when children are preparing for such an exam like NEET, तो घर पर भी अलग ही tension होती है. So didn't they tell you कि बेटा पढ़ लो, क्या कर रही हो?
No, my mom understood that, when you work hard, you need to party harder. And you need that element of fun in your life, something you look forward to every single day so that you can go forward to the next day with equal enthusiasm. So yeah, she didn't really stop me ever because she understood the importance of that.
So obviously you have had supportive parents. But if I talk about your journey, I would want to know, when did you think of becoming a doctor, and when did you get enrolled with Aakash, and how has the journey been?
Honestly, I found the profession of being a doctor like really cool. It's like you're saving a person's life, you're making a person's quality of life better. And my family mein everybody is an engineer, so it's like ek doctor hona chahiye. It's like yeah, basically it was that. And then in high school I realized I was inclined towards science. And when I started learning about zoology, botany and biology, I found the subject really fascinating, and I realized I wouldn't mind studying it for the rest of my life. So that's how I decided.
And when you thought of enrolling yourself with Aakash, how did in which standard did you get in, and how has the journey been with Aakash?
Yeah, so in 9th I gave Ante, and I got in 9th. So basically after that I realized the foundation course was really good. The teachers were extremely, they weren't pressurizing you. They were like, study and have your bit of fun. And they were extremely crucial in guiding me throughout the journey. So I realized after pursuing like foundation from 9th, and then I realized 11th and 12th, maybe Aakash would be really good. And that's how I did NEET from there.
Do you think foundation course was helpful for you to go on this journey?
Yeah, because foundation mein there's always this level 2 in the module, which is really helpful. Like it teaches you aage ka 11th and 12th mein jo subjects aa sakte hain, the important topics. So you get this feel, and it's really interesting. You get this thing that what you're actually getting into, the real stuff.
Throughout this journey, because you were preparing it for 4 years, so there might have been ups and downs. So I would want to know, were there any times when you questioned yourself, okay, maybe I won't be able to pull it up? And at that time, how did you keep yourself motivated?
So there was so many, it's been a roller coaster journey. Kabhi-kabhar marks itne dip hue hain ki it was very demoralizing. My family was very supportive. Moral support and really good advice. My teachers were also extremely supportive. I mean, they've managed so many students. They were able to point out the exact mistake I was making, and they were able to guide me through it. So that was good.
Many children aspire to be where you are today. You have cracked NEET 2023 so well. What was the strategy behind attempting the exam like that?
Yes, so you need to prepare your strategy beforehand. It should be ready 6 months, 1 year prior. My strategy was basically doing physics first, then chem, then biology. I went in order, and I used to complete my paper the first round in 1.5 hours, and then I used to go back to the paper, check it while marking the OMR. So I felt like doing the double reading of the paper was very helpful personally for me. Everyone can have their own way, but it worked for me.
Before we attempt the exam, there are many thoughts that are going on in your brain. How did you keep yourself calm before entering the exam hall?
Yeah, so I was extremely early to the center. I remember I was one of the first ones to come inside the room, and there were like 2 hours to go before the exam. I remember going to sleep on the desk actually, and like went to the washroom, got my head cleared up, then gave the exam. And basically, you just need to remember that NEET is not like the final thing. There's lots to life after that. So it's not the end points. Like there's a lot after that. It helps basically distracting yourself from the fact that NEET is a very important exam. You just need to think of it as an exam you're giving in Aakash, like the 1,000 other that you've given as a practice.
And while preparing for NEET, what was the strategy that you followed? Abhi main notes padungi, ya I'll go with NCERT or I'll go with the modules. How did you plan on your revision strategy and learning strategy?
Okay, so 6 months prior, I'll be honest with you, I hadn't read NCERT a single time. I think 4 months prior to the exam, I was basically focusing on the module. And I'll advise you not to do that, because in the end, it becomes very hectic because your board exams come. So I focused mainly on the module, doing level 1 and level 2 really thoroughly. And 2 months prior to the exam, I focused only on NCERT. I forgot there's something called module. I just, like, for physics and chem, notes are very important. And NCERT along with that. Just read it, go through every single point, every single hidden question that you can make through from the text. It helps.
How did you make sure that the mistakes that you've done earlier, you don't repeat them? Were there any separate notes that you used to make, or was there any other strategy?
So there's this thing called error analysis notebook, which the teachers, like, they are very adamant on you doing. But I didn't make an error analysis notebook. What I used to do was that I used to use highlighters on the question paper. Basically, yellow is the question which was basically, I had a doubt in them, but I got it right. And then there were the green highlighted questions, which was I had a doubt in them and I got them wrong. So I used to highlight them. And a few days before the exam, I just went through the question papers casually just to see which mistakes I made, and just so that I could look out for them on the D-Day.
You know, there's a lot of syllabus, lot of chapters, lot of topics, but there are particular topics that हमें खुद भी पता होता है कि ये ना शायद मेरे उतने strong नहीं है. So which were those topics for you, and how did you work on them?
My Achilles heel was inorganic chemistry. I have struggled with that, and it was just, I couldn't remember the data at all. That was the thing I was studying on the last day of NEET preparation. So basically, inorganic chemistry, you just need to revise it over and over again. There's no you can't take a shortcut. So basically, just make notes, short notes. What I have noticed in NCERT is that everything is in a paragraph. It feels like a novel. So what helps is that you can make notes in which you just write the points down in point order, like just the shorthand of it. So when you're going through it, it feels a little more organized and it helps you remember better.
So throughout your journey, you might have had some learnings like, acha ye karna chahiye, ye nahi karna chahiye. And we have some future NEET aspirants here, and they have a few questions to us. So from your experience, what do you think you can help them? Okay, yeah, please go ahead.
Hello, first of all, many congratulations.
Thank you.
My question was, in Aakash, we have a lot of tests along with classes going on. So we have a test, and the day before we also have a class, usually till 5 o'clock in the evening. So we don't really get time to revise all of the subjects that are coming in the test, like almost 5-6 hours if we were to maintain the decent sleep schedule. So what subjects should we revise in that 5-6 hours, because we cannot revise all of them all together?
Okay, look, so what I used to do was that, okay, so you have a 15-minute 15-day period between the exams, right? So what I used to do was I used to start with usually the portion gets over a few days before. So I used to start with physics. I used to complete the chapters, then chemistry, and then biology, because I realized that my period for keeping the biology stuff intact in my brain was a little less than physics. So, and I used to keep the last 4 days free. I used to it has to be this hard-on rule for you ki you cannot, you can just complete your portion before those 4 days. Then the first day I used to revise physics. second day chemistry, third day botany, fourth day zoology. That's what I used to do for myself. You can improvise it. It's different for all of you. You might find chemistry to be difficult for you, so you might end up revising it on the last day. But like divide it into days. 5 and 6 hours mein you can't revise the whole thing again. Just divide it in days. It helps.
Thank you.
When in mid of the 11th, when heavy topics came like thermodynamics, equilibrium, like heavy topics in all four subject, how do you manage each in subject? Because in the test different topics are coming, or in the current it's heavy topics are currently running.
That happened with me too. I think I got the lowest marks in my test during that time. So my test scores weren't that great. So what I did was that I got a chance at redemption in those topics when AITS came. You get tests on all those topics again, and you get to revise those topics thoroughly. So take help from your teachers, ask them to send me lots of questions. And like suppose physics mein thermodynamics and stuff come na, so that is basically formula. And trust me, NEET mein na, only the easy stuff comes. In chemistry, inorganic comes, I'm guessing you have a problem with that. As I told, notes. Botany, plant physiology comes, वो तो करना पड़ेगा. हाँ, बस कर लो. I can't. That's all I can say.
Thank you.
Yeah, thank you.
My question is that like revision is the most important part of the entire journey.
Yeah.
So what was your strategy for each subject? कि पूरा करना है syllabus कैसे revise कैसे करें?
Revise करने के लिए look. When your portion gets over, you need to keep in mind कि you have like 15 days for the whole syllabus ka revision. So you can't read everything. What I did was personally कि physics I made a formula book. So 7-8 page में cover a whole chapter. All the formulas, all the important statements जो ऐसे theory में पूछ सकते हैं. Chemistry में भी short notes बना के रख लो. Bio का नहीं हो पाएगा क्योंकि like everything feels important. तो maps are very important. Botany and zoology का NCERT maps is like Bible. Okay, उस last में उसी को revise करो और कुछ मत करो. But NCERT read करके रखो और उसमें circle करके रखो all the there are almost, nearly, must. वो बहुत important points है. उसको ऐसे ध्यान के circle करके रखो, highlight करो, जो भी करो, read कर लो उसको में. Bye.
Also, we hear that your mother was pretty calm while you were preparing,
Yes.
right? She was not on your head throughout the time.
Yeah.
Okay, this is what you have to do.
Yeah.
This is what you have to do. And I would like to call her up on the stage and spill some beans if there are any about you. So, ma'am, please, yeah. सबसे पहले तो मैम many congratulations. Saanvi has scored this well. Obviously you must be feeling very proud. लेकिन कहते हैं कि बच्चे की मेहनत के साथ साथ घर वालों की मेहनत भी होती है. और I have learned कि आपने इनको इतना प्रेशराइज नहीं किया. तो मैं तो जानना चाहती हूँ कि आप इतनी pretty cool मम्मी कैसे रही हैं पूरी इस जर्नी में.
एक्चुअली वो खुद ही इतनी टेंस रहती थी या समटाइम इतनी बिल्कुल पढ़ाई में इतनी है, तो मुझे लगता था ना कि जितना हो सके थोड़ा उसका प्रेशर हल्का ही किया जाए तो अच्छी बात है.
हम वैसे देखते हैं कि जितने भी पेरेंट्स होते हैं वो ज्यादा बच्चों को ऐसे पुश करते हैं, लेकिन आपके आसपास के मतलब फेलो पेरेंट्स भी ऑब्वियसली मिलते होंगे, तो वो आपको क्या सजेस्ट करते थे कि सानवी को किस तरह से पढ़ाओ समझाओ, कुछ ऐसे टिप्स देते थे आपके साथ के लोग?
बहुत सारे फ्रेंड्स की नहीं 720 है ना, एम्स में जाना है. ये मैंने कहा ना कि मैंने वही कहा इसको, क्योंकि मतलब एम्स का भूत बिल्कुल या इसी पर्टिकुलर कॉलेज में जाना है तो वो बहुत ज्यादा हो जाता है. फिर क्या होता है ना कि आप उसी पे फोकस करते हैं. मैंने भी कहा कि बेटा 2 साल तुम पढ़ाई एंजॉय करो, जो पढ़ना है उसको अच्छे से पढ़ो, तुमको खुद में सेटिस्फैक्शन हो कि हाँ मैंने ये अच्छे से किया, अच्छा हुआ.
हमें पता लगा है कि आपकी छोटी बेटी इज ऑल्सो इन आकाश, शी इज ऑल्सो परसुइंग. तो इनकी जर्नी में और उनकी ग्रूमिंग में आकाश ने क्या रोल प्ले किया है?
बहुत ही मतलब आई एम रियली थैंकफुल. तो जब इसका जैसे इन्होंने सपोर्ट किया, कभी कुछ होने पे जैसे मैं डायरेक्ट फोन लगा देती थी. जैसे नीट में भी एक दिन पहले ये सो नहीं रही थी, अब से मम्मा ऐसा
She's like, why are you sharing all the secrets? Let them come.
मैंने फोन किया कि वो ऐसा बोल रही है, क्योंकि आई एम नॉट द एक्सपर्ट ना. मतलब वो जानते हैं, हर साल उनके हाथ से मतलब दे नो. तो फिर मैंने फोन किया, फिर उन्होंने कहा नहीं मैम ऐसा होता है, बच्चों को ऐसा लगता है. तो फिर इसीलिए बहुत आई एम रियली थैंकफुल.
What are the tips जो अभी फ्यूचर नीट एस्पिरेंट्स हैं उनके पेरेंट्स को आप देना चाहेंगी कि एज अ पेरेंट वो कैसे इंश्योर कर सकते हैं कि उनका बच्चा अच्छा परफॉर्म करे जस्ट लाइक सानवी डिड?
एक तो बिल्कुल उसके सर पे तुमको अच्छा करना ही है, ये तो हाँ, मतलब ये तो बिल्कुल मना करूंगी मैं। और दूसरी बात है कि बस उसके खाने पीने का ध्यान, कहीं जाना है या कभी समटाइम वो आकाश जाती थी तो मैं छोड़ दूं या फिर क्या करूं, कैसे मैं हेल्प कर सकती हूँ, बस ऐसे ही। समटाइम जैसे उसको कुछ भी करने का मन नहीं हो रहा, ठीक है चलो सो जाओ, आराम करो, तो बस ऐसे ही।
तो ऐसे ही हंसते खेलते
हाँ।
उनका बच्चा बढ़िया कर जाएगा if they don't pressurize.
Yeah.
And what are the tips that you would like to give to the future NEET aspirants? What are the things that you should they should take care of? And what are the mistakes जो आप मतलब अपनी जर्नी में से शेयर करना चाहोगे कि ये तो प्लीज बिल्कुल मत करना?
Okay, so I'll start with the things that I did good. Basically, I took every test a little too like hard on myself, but then just as I told, do not take them lightly. Do not think कि अच्छा ठीक है इस बार टेस्ट में मार्क्स आ जाएंगे, उस टाइम पे मेकअप हो जाएगा. It's like regular studying is important. And listen to your teachers. फिर अगर if they say कि these points are not important, don't be like आ गया तो, like if these are not important, they're telling you they're not important for a reason. And yeah, and then the good things that I did was that एग्जाम के 2 month पहले मॉड्यूल छोड़ दो, NCERT पे फोकस करो और शॉर्ट नोट्स जो मैंने बताया था वो फॉर्मूलाज यूज करो. एंड the bad thing that I did was that I hadn't read NCERT at all, like NCERT core, till the last 4 months, as I told you. So करते रहो, because boards आ जाता है फिर और उसके बाद नहीं हो पाता है. You know, I know what you're thinking कि अभी वो NCERT वाला प्रोग्राम होगा, वो उस टाइम पे टाइम नहीं मिलता. It's like you're doing 2 chapters a day. It's too much. If you want to do it अच्छे से, take out time when you're reading the chapter for the first time and do it.
Thank you so much, Saanvi, for giving out these amazing tips. It has been a great conversation, and I want to congratulate both of you once again for Saanvi's huge success. I wish you all the very best for your future endeavors. Thank you.